Ask people how much money they need to retire. They'll give the exact same answer, $1 million. But reality shatters that number quickly. This chart shows data from Northwestern Mutual's 2026 study. Americans now believe they need $1.46 million to retire comfortably. That baseline spiked 15% in a single year. That rising baseline is creating immediate tension. 46% of the country reports they do not expect to be financially prepared. And worse for capital preservation, 48% anticipate they will outlive their savings. The problem with these surveys is that they rely on national averages. To know what you actually need, you have to build a personalized calculation based on your specific lifestyle. We will establish mathematical baselines, isolate hidden variables planners miss, and execute a 5-step formula to find your actual target. Relying on what everyone else expects to need is a mathematical trap. True capital preservation requires a dynamic, individualized model. Financial planners typically start with one of 3 mathematical frameworks. The first is the 4% rule. This interactive equation model demonstrates the mechanics. Take expected annual spending, say $60,000, and divide by 0.04. That outputs a $1.5 million target. Historically, withdrawing 4% a year means a portfolio of that size should last 30 years. The second framework is Fidelity's age-based salary multipliers. They recommend saving 1 times your salary by age 30, scaling up at specific checkpoints, until you hit 10 times your final salary by age 67. The third framework is the multiply by 25 rule. This is simply the 4% rule in reverse. You estimate your actual out-of-pocket spending in retirement and multiply it by 25. By anchoring to your specific expenses, you stop relying on arbitrary national averages. But before you multiply anything, you have to account for guaranteed federal offsets, specifically Social Security. If you expect to spend $60,000 a year and Social Security covers $24,000, you only need to fund the $36,000 gap. That calculation drastically reduces the final target amount required. These 3 methods provide a solid mathematical bedrock, but used alone, they are insufficient. They ignore asymmetric structural risks that will destroy a static plan. The single largest variable that destroys retirement plans is the assumption that Medicare is fully comprehensive. It isn't. According to Milliman's 2026 Retiree Health Cost Index, a healthy 65-year-old couple needs to have saved $418,000 just to cover base healthcare costs throughout retirement. The true out-of-pocket reality is higher. That same couple is projected to spend an average $637,000 on lifetime healthcare. In extreme scenarios, couples may need $469,000 upfront just to guarantee a 90% probability of covering their care. What makes these costs so dangerous is the inflation delta. Healthcare inflation is projected to rise at 5.8% annually. Social Security cost of living adjustments are projected at only 2.4%. That annual gap of 3.4% relentlessly erodes your purchasing power over decades. The math is severe. A healthy 55-year-old couple today will need 104% of their future Social Security benefits just to cover medical premiums and out-of-pocket expenses by the time they retire. Any retirement model that fails to mandate a dedicated $500,000 healthcare buffer is simply mathematically destined to fail. Healthcare is the biggest asymmetry, but there are 4 more structural wildcards. The first is longevity risk. Average life expectancy is around 79 years. If you plan your savings around that average, you accept a 50% probability of running out of money. If you retire at 65 and live to 92, your money has to last 27 years. A 30-year planning horizon is now the strict minimum for conservative portfolio management. The second wildcard is sequence of returns risk. If the market drops 30% in your first 2 years of retirement, withdrawing money to live on forces you to lock in those losses. That early mathematical damage is vastly harder to recover from than the exact same downturn happening 10 years later. The systemic defense against this is maintaining a localized 1 to 2 year cash buffer, so you never have to sell equities in a down market to fund living expenses. The third wildcard is your spending pattern. It will not be linear. This chart maps out the spending smile. You have high active spending in the early years on travel and projects, reduced spending in the middle phase, and rapidly escalating medical costs in late retirement. Planning for a flat budget underestimates both edges of this curve. The fourth wildcard is tax drag. Every dollar you pull from a traditional 401k or IRA is taxed as ordinary income. A 1.46 million traditional account might only yield 1.1 million in actual spending power, compared to tax-free Roth withdrawals. Static averages fail because a portfolio is a dynamic system. You have to actively manage continuous multivariable risks. Here is how to synthesize this data and build your personal algorithm. Step 1. Determine an honest annual spending budget based on your actual housing, food, and lifestyle costs, not your previous income. Step 2. Log into the official Social Security portal, pull your accurate projected benefits, and subtract that annual total from your spending budget. Step 3. Apply the multiply by 25 rule. You take your budget, subtract Social Security, and multiply the out-of-pocket gap by 25 to find your core target. Step 4 is mandatory. Inject a structural buffer by adding $300,000 to $400,000 explicitly for healthcare liabilities. If you are single, Fidelity recommends adding an alternate, lower buffer of at least $165,000. Executing this deliberate sequence transforms abstract, unmanageable risks into a precise, capitalized target. Step 5 is the pressure test. Ask yourself 3 questions. Does this target hold if I live to 95? Does it survive a major market downturn in my first 3 years? And does it account for 6% healthcare inflation? The valid target is completely unique to you. For some, it might be $800,000. For others, it is $2.5 million. If you discover a financial deficit today, that is a strategic advantage. Identifying a gap early gives you years of compounding interest to close it. Run this calculation for yourself today. Then drop down to the comments and share your target. Identifying your customized mathematical reality today is your only guaranteed defense against the systemic failure of generic averages.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना।